Hello there. Hi, everybody. It says that I'm live here on the screen. I'm hoping that's true. You'll have to let me know. I have no idea how live streams work. I rarely do them. And that's why I have avoided them at almost all cost. But I do hope to start doing more live streams as the new channels get underway. So you can look forward to that. I see some comments here in the chat. I think those are from prior to this starting. So I'll be waiting for people to get here. But as you can see, I'm back. I am so excited to be back. I had a bit of a fit on Monday when all of this happened. I think it was Monday. I've lost track of the days, but it was very scary. Not just scary that I was going to be potentially losing my channel, but everything else associated with it. So I just want to say right off the bat, and I will say repeatedly throughout this for everybody who pops in, set all of your security stuff that they suggest that you do. Don't just blow anything off. Now, I did not blow anything off and I still got hacked. So yeah, that's kind of a problem. For those who may be wondering, I have several channels under this Sandy Allnock blanket of me, and they're all on my one Google account. So when my Google account got taken, all of the channels got taken, but they didn't mess with some of them. They messed with this channel that you're watching this on, the big one, and then they also messed with the Bible journaling channel. I have not seen hide nor hair of YouTube trying to fix the Bible journaling channel, but they fixed this one. So we'll see how that goes. So hello to everybody. I'm seeing all these lovely comments in the chat. Yes, I am glad I'm back too. And I'm glad you guys are here to celebrate with me because yay! I was not sure this was going to happen this quickly. The messages that I got on Monday when it first happened, the only reason that I knew what was going on, because I was not just sitting there online haunting my website to find out if it was going down or not, but I have my Gmail set. I don't use the Gmail address because I hate Gmail, but I had my Gmail set to forward to an address that I do monitor, just in case something weird came through that like I needed to know about. So it generally goes into a spam folder because it's only spam. But all of a sudden, I watched as just ding, ding, ding. It kept saying, you know, you have changed your password. You have changed your phone number associated with the account. You've changed this. You've changed that. And click here to say I didn't. If you didn't, and I clicked to say I didn't, and I couldn't get in. And that absolutely terrified me because one of the lazy things that I do, and I'm not doing it anymore, that I did was using Google Password Manager. So I don't recommend using Google Password Manager because it'll terrify you if somebody gets in to your Google. So I just kind of dropped the worrying about YouTube at that time and went through every single password I could think of. I started with the financial stuff, the big things. I moved on to all of my business things, you know, secured all of my websites. You know, everything is secure, but like passwords, I had to change passwords on everything. And, you know, it's the beginning of the year. It's a good time for you to go out and change your passwords. Just make a good practice of doing it regularly because they do sell those things on the dark web when they figure out one. So, yeah. So yeah, I got all of that changed. Finally went to bed because there was nothing else I could do. I kept trying to get in to send YouTube a notice going, it's not me, because they had posted a video on this channel. A lot of you messaged me and said you saw this, and eek, it was scary. But just don't worry. When you click on a video like that, that's, you know, hacked on somebody's channel, you aren't getting hacked by doing it. So you're not in any danger. You're just watching a video. Might be a bad video, but you're watching a video. So you're safe. My website is safe. Your classes are safe. All your purchases are safe. Everything's fine. So all week long, I kept talking with the YouTube partner team. That's the people who deal with those of us who are creators. When you get to a certain level, you become a partner, and then you can have certain features on your channel. And I've had those features for eons. I used to have a person assigned to me, and then they had so many people making partner that then we no longer had our own person. So I kind of missed having my own person this week. So I just shouted into the void, kept sending things to the YouTube partner team, and they kept saying, there's nothing we can do. It's the hacking team that has to do this. We can't make them do anything. And I'd write back and I'm going, but you have to, you have to. No, we can't make them do anything. So I debated whether or not I should just start a new channel. So if you see a Sandy Draws out there, I think it's Sandy Allnock Draws is what it's called. I was trying to set up a new account just to see if I could do that. And I found out that I couldn't because I can't verify the account because the phone number is already assigned to my existing account. So I would have had to go get a new phone number. And I was sitting here debating, is it worth getting a new phone number? And I kept saying, no, be patient, give them time, see if they can fix this. And so I waited and I waited and I waited. And last night I was just kind of tooling around on my phone, and all of a sudden I kept getting ping, 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 that all of a sudden my Google account was available to me. They took off the security that the hackers had put on there, their passwords and their 2FA and everything that they had set. So they took that off so I could have a window to go get in and reclaim the account and then prove to them that I am me so that then they could turn the videos on. Now, I was not expecting them to do that today. I only did that stuff last night. And today they started all of a sudden showing up. I started getting emails that said, monetization is off for such and such a video, which was a notification I had gotten years ago from a video that had music in it that couldn't be monetized and all that good stuff. So that started releasing little by little. Then the channel started off without having any comments on it. It still has a bunch of videos that don't necessarily have thumbnails. They just have kind of a gray screen on some, most. My playlists, I just emailed them about, like, what happened to the playlists? I can see them in the background, so I know they still exist. And I can't post them anywhere. They won't show up on my playlist tab and they won't show up on the homepage. But I'm hoping that's just one of those things they'll fix. It just kind of has to keep rolling. But the fact that I can't post those anywhere, I think is a glitch in their system as opposed to my playlists are gone or something. So it should be pretty easy once they look at it and turn that feature back on, I guess. So playlists, I hope, will come back. If not, I'll figure out an alternate for that, even if it's like having to make lists of videos or something. I don't know. I don't know how I do that. Anyway, I do want to have a drawing lesson today for those of you who've come. So this is not just a party to celebrate that I'm back. So what I need you to go and get is a piece of paper, like a cardstock, preferably. So even paper folded in half a couple times. It doesn't have to be huge. It can just be, this is like a third a sheet of cardstock, but it's, it's got some heft to it. And get a pen of some kind, like, is that a dog hair floating around? A pen of some kind. You can use an alcohol marker. You can use a Sharpie, whatever you want. Shouldn't bleed through your paper terribly a lot. So, some decent cardstock, even cardstock folded in half will be fine. So make sure you get that. And in a few minutes, we're going to do a drawing lesson. So let's see, what else did I want to explain? Oh, the other thing is I said I had other channels, right? They did get into the Bible journaling channel and they posted the same video over there. And the funny thing was they posted this video and they didn't touch any of my other channels because I have some other secret channels that nobody knows about. They didn't touch any of those because none of them are qualified to do live streams. And they also didn't mess with Sandy Draws or Sandy Paints, which are new enough not to be able to live stream either. Although Sandy Paints just made it into the program. I got an email just today before I got my channel back saying that that one or no, it was yesterday. I think it was yesterday that I got enough hours of watch time and enough, subscribers in 14 days to make it to the partner program. That's like a record. So, I have applied for that channel, but at the time, had that one been able to post a live stream, they probably would have taken that one too, and they didn't. So, I guess if there's a certain timing that something is better or worse to have, I guess it's better that it happened when it did because I was only just getting started on these new channels, Sandy Paints and Sandy Draws. There's links in the doobly doo if you want to go subscribe, by the way, especially Sandy Draws. I need to do something to get that one bumped up. But, like the fact that I could have re-uploaded those if I could have just started a new channel, I still had all the videos here. Usually I toss things after they get uploaded because I don't need to have a copy of them. But I still had them on my computer, so I could have just restarted a channel. I still had all the graphics handy. Everything was in little neat organized folders as I was designing it all. So it wouldn't have been terrible. What is the Bible journaling channel? Well, if it were there, it would be Sandy Allnock's Bible journaling, but it's not there. It's all gone still. So we'll see if that one comes back. So you can keep an eye out for it if you're interested in that. You can keep doing a search here on YouTube for it. So as I said, if you are just getting in here, go get yourself a piece of paper, cardstock of some kind, doesn't have to be huge, and a marker, a Sharpie, an alcohol marker, any kind of marker. Could be water-based marker or something. So in just a few minutes, we'll be doing that. Yeah, and the partner program we made on Sandy Paints, not on Sandy Draws. So I need more people to follow Sandy Draws and go start watching those videos over there. Even if you just put them on in the background, turn the sound off if you don't want to watch it. That would be awesome. Oh, yes. Let's see. You love Sandy Draws as much as Sandy Paints. Oh, thank you, Gabby. So yeah, I didn't have all of my channels taken down, just 2 of them, the 2 that were monetized through the partner program. But they didn't get any of my income. They didn't even try to change where the income is sent to, which was kind of weird because you would think they would want the cash for whatever this thing is. Although I suppose they probably know it wasn't worth much when it's just a couple hour video that they were posting, some sort of live stream weird thing. But they didn't touch anything else. Well, they did try to get into my Gmail, but there's nothing in there. I don't email anybody from that. So there's no information in it other than weird spam emails. So hopefully they got really disappointed and said, well, we're not even going to sell this stuff on the dark web. It would be nice. But anyway, it's only been like 5 days and I feel like it's been forever. That's why I'm here doing a special live stream because it just feels like it's been terrible. So your internet keeps dropping off. It could be me. I have had this thing where whenever I film, even when I'm just doing my regular videos and I'm doing face to camera stuff, every once in a while it just kind of gets very hazy and slows down. So if you're seeing that, it might be me as opposed to you. So I think my computer is just too full. I need to do a big clean out. But anyway, regardless, go follow those 2 channels, Sandy Draws and Sandy Paints, in the doobly doo. There's links for those. And I'll remind you again before we leave. So drawing lesson, does everybody have your paper and something to draw with? Tell me in the comment if you have all that stuff. You'll be looking for the new channel, the other channels now. Yes. Some of them are very secret and you would never be able to find them because they're that secret. They were for particular purposes. One was for a church thing that I did and whatever. But anyway, I see some readies in the chat. So we are going to do a special drawing lesson in between the early warning signal that I have for squirrels. There happens to be squirrels out there, which is why my early warning system is apparently going to go off during a live stream, of course. So, yes, do click the like like button on this live. Um, I know some of you are probably still getting your paper, so I'm going to tell you one other thing before we get to the drawing lesson, and that is that tomorrow, Saturday, I am going to have a video on sandy paints, and that one was long scheduled. It was scheduled before all this chaos, mishigas happened. So that one is going to be all about my watercolor palette and new colors for the year, and showing you how to paint a particular swatch kind of picture instead of just blobs. Because I hate just blobs. Blobs are boring. So go follow Sandy Paints, and then tomorrow morning I will be in the chat. So we're going to do a premiere. For a while, I'm going to do premieres for all my videos on Sandy Paints and Sandy Draws, just because it's fun to chat with people like this in the chat box while a thing is playing for the first time. And I can type with you and chit chat. Eventually, I want to do some testing, but I can't do that till I'm in the partner program anyway. I want to do some testing for, like, you can test 2 different thumbnails against each other or 2 different titles. And I've never done that testing before. So I thought it would be kind of interesting maybe to try that on the new channels, but that's going to be a ways away. So I decided I'm not going to fry my brain with that. I'm going to just focus on getting the videos out in the first place. So tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Pacific time, which is what, 11 a.m. Eastern. And then the rest of you can do math, because I can't do math. I can only do the 3 hours to my sister's house. All right. Are you ready for our drawing lesson? We're going to draw a snowman. And I learned how to do this from another artist. Her name is Susan. And she did an amazing job teaching a group of us how to draw this snowman. So you're going to have your pen in your drawing hand, whichever hand that is, and then take your paper in the other hand, and you're going to put it on your head. All right, everybody, put your paper on your head. And I know that means you can't talk in the chat, so I'm not going to make you chat and tell me anything unless you have someone there to type for you. So the first thing we're going to do is take our pen, and we're going to draw the snowman's head on the piece of paper. And then we're going to put our hand down. You can't leave your hand up there, but you leave your paper up there. Okay? And then we're going to go up there and we're going to draw the middle circle for the snowman, the belly circle. And then we're going to put our hand down. And then we're going to go up again and we're going to do, guess what? The bottom circle. No cheating, no looking. This is intuitive drawing, okay? We're doing intuitive drawing. You're in a store queue shopping at the moment, so you can't do it. You'll have to try it when you get home, because it's amazing. It's an amazing technique. All right, then we're going to go draw the eyeballs. So draw the eyeballs and the mouth, all those little stones for the mouth, or you can just make a smiley, and then don't forget the carrot nose. And then put your hand down. And then we're going to go up and we're going to put the buttons on the front of the shirt, or the belly, the buttons that go down the belly. And then what else do we have to do? We have to put a hat on the snowman. So go up and put a hat on your snowman with the horizontal part and then the hat part. If you want to put holly on it and decorate the hat, you can do that. Depends on how fancy you want to get. And the last thing we need to add is the arms. So you got to add stick arms to each side. And you can put little hands off of them if you want. And then we see whether or not we drew a snowman that looks like anything. Is that not the best party trick ever? I just think that was so much fun. We did this at a Zoom party that we had after the holidays. We shared all of the ATCs that we got in our swap. And I asked if anybody had like a game or something. And Susan messaged and she's like, I've got one. And she said, all people need is like, you could do this with a paper plate. So if you're doing it with family and they don't have cardstock around, they probably have paper plates. So get a paper plate and try the same thing. You could do it in the spring with a flower. You could draw a dog. You could have them draw anything. Doesn't have to be a snowman, but it was winter. So snowman seemed just about right. I would love for you guys to send me your pictures of your snowman. I want to see them, or you could post them on social media and just say you did the most amazing tutorial with Sandy Allnock and you drew this insanely cool snowman. I mean, my snowman has his arm sticking out of his head. Actually, it looks like it's sticking out of his eyes. I'm not really sure what's going on there. He's as we had said during the Zoom call, these look a little more like Olaf at the bottom of the hill because he kind of fell apart. So I hope you enjoyed your drawing lesson for the evening. And my reminder to be secure on the internet, be very careful with your personal information. And don't get too scared. Don't get so scared that you won't do anything online because stuff online can also be helpful and fun, but just be careful. And like, don't click on things that you shouldn't click on. Like it's possible that there was somebody, the thing I've been trying to figure out what happened is a few hours before all the hacking thing happened, I happened to be discussing something with a partner, excuse me, in Europe. And we were back and forth in an email and they said, hey, like we'll send you this thing. Why don't you just go fill out this form? And the form was from them. I could see that the form was from them and I trusted them, but somebody else we don't know where, somebody else kind of got in there in between because I did have to sign into Google to fill out the form. So somebody scraped my password, I think, in that moment. That's all I can figure. I can't figure out in any way how that happened. That's my best guess. So just be careful when you're doing stuff. And I think in the future, I'm just going to wait. If I am going to be like trying to converse with somebody and they say, go fill out a form, I'm not going to do it right away. Because if somebody's like reading your email, they'll know that you're going to go log into Google to go do that thing. So maybe I don't know. Maybe that's it. Maybe I caused it for myself. I have no idea. Anyway, let me check and see if there's anything else here in the comments. It's better than an AI snowman. That is true. That is definitely true. Your choice of pen was a bad choice. A brush marker would have worked better. Yeah. Anything would work for this. You could use a crayon for this. Do it with kids and do a crayon. Everybody's doing Zoom calls with family. So this is just a fun little thing to do with them. So, yeah, it's a clue about how it may have happened. I haven't heard anything from Google about what they see in my account. I don't know if they're going to even tell me or if they're just like, we see you've been hacked. That's all they've told me so far. But I'm going to be creating, or I will be at the already created video tomorrow morning right here on YouTube on Sandy Paints. Links are in the doobly-doo. So you can go down there and check out the channels. And by the way, a link to my sweatshirt, Make Art, Be Happy, do, 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 do. If you would like a mug that has Make Art, Be Happy, or a t-shirt or whatever, I have a new swag shop. So there's a link to the swag shop down there. Although somebody did tell me they couldn't get to the swag shop from the link. It seems to work for me, but let me know if it doesn't, and I'll see if I can find a better link. But I'm trying to make art venture type of swag. So just kind of fun sorts of artsy things. So there's some silly designs in there too. If you got ideas, let me know because it doesn't cost me anything to make a design and post it in there. And then maybe you're the only one that wants it, but we'll make it just for you because you're special. All right, guys, thank you for visiting with me. I am delighted to be back. And I'm going to be doing some more live streams over on Sandy Paints and Sandy Draws, as well as on my Instagrams. but I need Sandy Draws to get to 1,000 subscribers so I can do lives there. So if you're interested in drawing lives, and they will be better than this one, I promise you, then go help me out by following Sandy. I think it's Sandy Allnock Draws on Instagram. So I would love to be able to do some more live streams over there because those will be like little quicker ones. It always feels like I have to commit more to do them here on YouTube. Anyway, I will see you guys tomorrow morning, I hope, over at Sandy Paints. And otherwise, go have a great Friday night. I have my Friday night ready. I didn't take a sip until now that we're done because I didn't want to get too silly and carried away. I hope you all have a great weekend and ta-ta for now. Now I have to figure out how to close this thing. I have no idea. Oh, there's a big button at the bottom that says end stream. So I'm going to click that and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.